From BVTV Studios, it's BVTV Tonight. Tonight's guests are Dr. Wynn Goodfriend and Sam Loerts. Tonight's segment is Trick or Treat Tips. Tonight's games are Mindreaders and Missing Link. And here's your host, Mason McGrew.
Hi everyone, welcome to BVTV Tonight, and happy Halloween. Yeah, today's Halloween, we'll air this tomorrow, so actually yesterday was Halloween for people watching at home. And that's right, it's spooky season. And tonight we have a psychology themed episode for you, and we have Dr. Wynn Goodfriend and sophomore Sam Loerts in the studio tonight. It's gonna be very exciting. Speaking of exciting, BVU students recently got back from their fall break this week. Personally, I had a very exciting break. Yeah. I ate at Chili's. Yeah. That was certainly a highlight. I also got to see my family. But boy, do I like those baby back ribs. Now, sadly, my co-host, Guy Tannenbaum, is out of town this week. He's not going to be on the show tonight, and I'm kind of broken up about it. He'll be out at he'll be in Washington D.C. Believe it or not, the next couple of days, representing BVU digital media students at the National College Media Association convention. Yeah, but it feels kind of weird without him being here, especially since last episode I jokingly said that we should fire him. Now I'm thinking that we should actually fire him. Yeah. Whoa. Who was that?
It was me, duh.
Guy? What are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be in D.C. And are you okay?
Boo, your jokes are bad. And it's not Guy, I'm Yug, the BVTV Tonight ghost host.
Oh, okay, so you're telling me that your name's Yug? You're the ghost host? Okay, I've heard of the toast host with London last year, but ghost host? Those jokes are just bad. Who writes this stuff? Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else, Guy?
Not until 8. Wait. Actually, now I think about it, I have a Treehouse of Horror marathon that I want to catch the end of, so I gotta go. Woo!
Whoa, that was a little weird. I guess you never know. You never know what you're gonna get on this show. That's what it comes down to. But you'll find out soon enough after a quick break. So don't look away. We've got a great spooky episode for you tonight. We'll catch ya right after this.
This is Buddy Beaver. He's new at BVU and wants to get involved. Overwhelmed with options, Buddy flipped on the TV. Although fascinated by the TV, he fell asleep on his sofa. Suddenly, he found himself in a dream and at sea. He was enjoying the dream until something clouded his mind. What if he never found that perfect involvement opportunity? In the midst of his worries, he spotted something. BVTV. Buddy instantly awoke with a clear mind. He could produce TV at BV. BVTV. By Beavers, for Beavers. One day, Buddy was watching his favorite show. The show was so full of life until it was suddenly canceled forever.
Unfortunately, this will be our final episode.
Buddy was heartbroken. If only there was something he could do. Wait, he and his teammates at BVTV could bring the show back. With a bit of creativity, Buddy returned his favorite show to TV for himself and everyone else to enjoy. BVTV, by Beavers, for Beavers.
And we're back. Yeah. I'm Dave, and this little episode, we like to call it the Psycho Spooktacular, as thematic with our guests. Now, what would Halloween be without some mention of some trick or treating? So I've been doing some thinking, and I've got some tips and tricks that I want to share. In tonight's segment, we call Trick or Treat Tips. Simple as that. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to crack out my candy here. So if anybody wants a treat, feel free to come over at any point. Here's a tip. We're going to start with a tip. When you get a piece of candy and the wrapper is kind of halfway open, only lick it twice to make sure that it's not poisoned. I got another tip for you. Some people try to find houses that hand out the bigger candy. I say save your time and just go to the same house twice. You'll double your profits. And now I know what you're thinking. Well, won't they notice? Well, I got 2 words for you. Second costume. Tip number 3. I know couple costumes sound like a fun idea, but if you're single, wearing couple costumes is really, really sad. Although it is a good conversation starter. Tip number 4. Eat all of your Halloween candy at once. That's my take on it. I know some people think they're clever by saving their candy piece by piece, but you know, I'm a busy fella. You know, so I gotta eat all my candy at once, Guy. Lastly, when you answer your door and for trick-or-treaters, and they come by and they say, "Trick or treat," reply with, "Or what?" Also optional is, "Are those my only 2 choices?" These are just a couple ideas to spice things up, to make Beggars Night a little bit more interesting. Thus concludes my trick-or-treat tips. Yeah, I like that. Now, next up, we got a great guest for you. And I'm excited to announce and introduce Dr. Wynn Goodfriend. And we're going to play a quick clip here.
You know, Dave, there's one place in Storm Lake where the sidewalks are totally out of whack.
That's right, Wind. At BV College, we're having our own sidewalk crisis.
As most of you already know, there's a lot of construction going on at BV. This is the Information and Technology Center, or as I like to call it, the Big Hole. There's also a lot of construction going on at the new residence hall, where a new addition is being built.
When this construction has really made my life difficult. I can no longer rise at 7:58 in the morning and make it to my 8 o'clock class in DE.
Really, Dave? Do you have to get up a whole 1 minute earlier?
Actually, Wind, it's 2 minutes.
Well, I'm sorry that your life is so inconvenienced, but I'm sure that once the construction is done, it'll be worth it.
Definitely so. I will no longer have to go outside, and I can wait a whole minute later to get out of bed.
I think that's enough talk about your sleeping habits, Dave. Let's get back to the sidewalk issue. The sidewalks around here, when there are sidewalks, are definitely very confusing.
What's the problem, Wind? Can't you follow the yellow arrows?
I actually think it was you who were lost the other day.
I won't even comment on that, but it is definitely true the sidewalks are in shambles.
And so is the lawn.
Well, that's it for our hike tonight. We'll see you next time on Chautauqua.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Wynn Goodfriend.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I'll let you sit down first. We'll try to slow things down
Thank
a bit
you.
here. Yeah, it's been exciting. Hey, you want a treat?
I do. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, how's everything been?
Oh, fantastic. I'm
been
living the
exciting?
dream.
Has it been an exciting week?
Yeah. I've been reviewing my students so that they can get ready for their test on Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Well,
I'm sure that they're all really enjoying that a lot.
I hope that you're all not watching this, and I hope that you're all studying.
Me too.
That's a lesson for today. Now, the clip that we played right before here was from a show, Chautauqua.
Yes.
Right? Am I pronouncing that right?
Chautauqua.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Chautauqua is actually the name of one of the parks here in Storm Lake, the main park, and it is an old Native American name for a group of people who gather to talk about important issues. And so we named our version of this show Chautauqua from when I was a student here 20 years ago. So that was a clip of the show that I actually was on my sophomore year, back when I was a student at BV.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
It's
yeah.
pretty embarrassing, actually, that you just showed that. My
Well-
outfit was just on point there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sign of the times, you know?
Yeah.
At least you have better
Thank you.
style.
Thank you for
than,
that.
You got better style than my co-host, Guy Tannenbaum, I must say. He's not here.
Yeah.
So I feel bad rapping on
It's
him
not
like
hard
that.
to be more stylish than Guy.
Yeah, no, it's really not. But no. But I like how they said BVU College in there because that was
Yes.
before it was
So
university.
my first year that I came here, it was BVC, BV College, and then it turned into BV University my sophomore year.
That's insane, yeah. And you could see kind of the renovation that they're doing at that time. And
Absolutely,
then parallel that with the renovations that we have now.
That's right, just full circle.
What a small world we live in, I'll tell you
know.
what. Okay, now over fall break, you went to the Wizard World, is it called? Comic-Con?
Wizard World Comic-Con.
In Madison, Wisconsin.
That's right, it was fantastic.
As part of your authorship in psychology writing, right?
Right, so I publish a series of book chapters in books on psychology seen in popular culture, and because of some of those chapters, I was invited to be a panelist at the Comic-Con.
Yeah, no, so if we can get a close-up shot here on camera one.
That's
Is it,
sideways.
no, can we do it like this? Is that better? Is that easier to see? How about that? No, but you were a panelist at Comic-Con.
I sure was.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
And you didn't dress up this time, I see.
I did not dress up because I didn't know if that was appropriate for your show.
Oh, well, I meant it like Comic-Con because
Oh, at Comic-Con. Oh, yeah.
because
okay.
at one point,
Yes,
can you explain this picture?
that is a Halloween costume that I love, and I would have worn that to Comic-Con, except that I was only able to be there for the one day that I was a panelist, so I wasn't able to dress up because the panelists don't dress up. But there is a story behind that costume, which is that I wore that costume to a Halloween party 6 years ago, hosted by Dr. Sean Stone, who is a professor of physics and computer science here at BVU.
Yeah.
And we were both single at that Halloween party. Ooh. And the next week, we were not anymore.
I can put two and two together. I think I see what you're putting down there.
He was a zombie hunter.
Okay, yeah, well.
It was very romantic.
Well, since you were talking about your books, you actually brought some of them, so we're going to show those out on camera.
Yeah, so these are some of the books in which I have book chapters.
There's still more. You're putting me to work here.
Yeah.
Now, which one of these, out of all of them, would you say is your favorite that you wrote for?
That's tough. I think maybe my favorite is The Psychology of Harry Potter.
Now you're going to have to help me out here. Which one is that?
That would be this one right here.
Bingo.
Yep. I wrote that one many years ago. I'm still a big Harry Potter fan, and students at BV are, I hope, benefiting from that because I'm taking students this January on the Harry Potter trip to England and Scotland.
Yeah, and what isn't Andrea Franz?
Andrea Franz is also going. Yeah, she and I have been to 5 countries together around the world so far.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, I like the different programs that BV has where you can travel around the world. I went to Florida once with Jerry Johnson for his Disney trip.
Oh, that's a fantastic trip.
Broadening your horizons, you know.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Disney, they bought The Simpsons. Remember that?
I do not remember that.
They did. I felt the need to bring it up because Guy Tannenbaum, he's a huge fan of The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
And you wrote some Psychology of The Simpsons.
I sure did. That was actually the very first one of these that I wrote.
Really?
Yeah. So I wrote that
That's a
one
good
when I
pick.
was just finishing up graduate school. So that would have been 16 years ago now.
Now, so can you explain a little bit, like, what do you write in all these different books?
Each one has a slightly different topic. They're all social psychology, which is my area of psychology. Just to give a couple of examples, in The Psychology of The Simpsons, I analyze the marriage of Homer and Marge and talk about kind of their ups and downs of their marriage. In The Joker, that's the most recent one. That's this purple one. That's this one. Just came out last month in honor of the new movie. So in that one, I write about the abusive relationship between the Joker and Harley Quinn, his girlfriend / servant.
That's insane, yeah. I love psychology. The first host of BVTV Tonight, Kyle Wiebers,
Yes.
he kind of introduced me to psychology and all that jazz.
Kyle was a fantastic student. He was my academic assistant, and we still keep in touch.
Yeah, and we always used to joke that he was a mind reader because of like
I
psychologists.
doubt
you know,
that
sometimes
based on
they
his
joke that.
exam grades, but
No, but speaking of mind reading, we actually have a bit of an activity
oh, great.
that we call mind readers.
Oh, I like the brain there.
So,
I assume that's a brain.
yes, this is a brain.
Okay.
And
Doing great so far on the game.
the game works like this. I have a word that it's actually rearranged, and it spells a psychology term.
Oh.
So I'm going to hold them over my head, and we're going to time it. We're going to see how many of these you can get.
Wow.
So here we go. See if you can read my mind.
Well, I know the second word is psychology.
Yes. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a C.
Cognitive psychology?
Yes.
Oh,
that is
okay.
it.
Oh, great. Okay. Woo!
Okay.
This is a lot of pressure.
We'll keep going, okay? And I have hints if you need them. Okay.
That's behaviorism?
Yes! Bingo. And what is that for people at home?
Behaviorism is the idea that psychology should only study observable behaviors because we can't really measure what's going on in your mind.
That's insane. Okay, here we go.
Ironic that you say that for psychology.
I can give you a hint.
Please.
Brain.
Frontal lobe?
Yes!
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Pavlov's dogs.
Yes!
Okay.
You're probably going to guess it before I can stick it onto the board.
Cerebellum?
Yes!
Okay. These are not my area of psychology, by the way. These are like brain questions.
Well, we're going to restart the... No. They're psychology terms of some sort.
Anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that anywhere in the social psychology area?
Getting closer. Definitely getting closer.
How about this one?
Sigmund Freud?
Yeah. Not everybody's favorite psychologist. If you wanna
Controversial.
call him that, yeah.
Controversial. Not the father of psychology. I just want to dispel that urban legend. He is not the father of psychology.
You heard it here first, folks. Okay, now I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, right? So stick around. The game might be over, but there's still a lot more show. So stick around. We'll catch you right back after this.
Oh, that Buddy Beaver. He's seen that movie about 6 or 7 times by now. He just can't seem to get enough of it. He would love to make something like that one day, but how? Well, at BVTV, we can help you produce your passion project from start to finish. Need help writing a script? We can do that. Or maybe help with building a set? We can do that too. You want to direct your masterpiece? We can put a crew together to help execute your vision. Together, we can make your creative idea a reality to finish. BVTV, by Beavers, for Beavers.
Yeah. And we're back. Our next guest is a sophomore psychology and political science major. That's what he is. He's the man. It's Sam Loerts.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, welcome on. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Hi, Sam.
You excited?
Yeah.
Nervous at all?
Should I be nervous?
I don't think so. I was nervous my first show.
Okay.
But I know you were actually one of the panelists for the Steve Wozniak thing,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did that go?
That was a really great experience. Yeah, I mean, it was just really like eye-opening to talk to someone who's like been so revolutionary in the field of just like advancing technology. And if you would have asked me like just a couple years ago, like if I would ever get the opportunity to talk to Steve Wozniak, I would have said you're crazy. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I personally I would be very nervous for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He's a big guy.
I definitely was.
Okay, you're nervous for that, but not for this. That's perfect because I'm not Steve Wozniak. I'm just some guy with a book written on his face. It's book face. So you're a sophomore psychology student. How has that been treating you?
It's been great.
Wind laughs.
Yeah, because I know the real truth.
Ooh,
What's that?
No, I'm just kidding.
the truth comes out here on BVTV tonight.
No, yeah. I came in my freshman year, like, pretty certain that I was gonna stick with psychology, and it's definitely lived up to my expectations. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. And when you're interviewing the WAS, did you ever bring in some psychology there?
Yeah. So actually, in preparing for the interview with Wozniak, we the panelists had to split up into groups, and so I was working with Reagan Sylvester, who is also a panelist, and our topic was education. So along with education, psychology is like a big part of educating. So we developed questions that way. Like, for example, we talked about how like online learning, we've seen like an increase in that. So like I didn't get to this actual question when I was having a conversation with him, just because he talked so much that we didn't get through all of our questions. But one of the questions was like if online learning is like a healthy alternative to like face-to-face school.
Have you done any research into that or read any articles about that? Because I'd be interested in knowing.
We did a little. I can't remember off the top of my head right now exactly what we found, but I know that it was definitely like a little bit controversial, but for the most part, like, it was like I read articles that were like in support of online learning.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's interesting. It's always cool to keep up on some of that psychology stuff. I feel like for whatever paper I write, I always use Psych Info as one of my research articles. But you actually co-wrote, right? For a journal article in the Journal of the Psychological Inquiry.
Yes, and so that was a part of a class I took last year called Honor Psychology and Literature. So for that class, we had the opportunity to, like for our final, we had a final paper in that class, and we had the opportunity to get it submitted to the JPI, the Journal of Psychological Inquiry. And so,
insane.
yeah, just like a little bit about that, I guess. Like for the class, we had to apply like 2 or 3 principles of psychology that we learned in class to just a fictional character. So I chose Cole Sear from The Sixth Sense, which is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, so.
Yep. What all did you write about in there? Was it with, did it have something to do with childhood?
Yeah.
And pre-adolescent?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
You know what you wrote better than I do.
Yeah, so I applied attachment theory, which deals with like heavily childhood, like how you were raised and how that like has implications later in your life, specifically like romantic relationships. And then I wrote about Erik Erikson's theories of development. So, yep.
What are those theories? I actually don't know. Educate.
You're putting me on the spot. The one.
Dr. Goodfriend?
Make him answer.
Okay.
This will be on the test on Monday. Is it on Monday? When is the test?
Tuesday.
Test is Tuesday. Study up.
Yeah. Well, I know there are 7 stages, right? 8? Okay, there's 8 stages.
There's 8 stages, everyone.
Each person throughout their lifetime goes through 8 crises. So everyone's heard of a midlife crisis, but this theory is that we actually have 8 of those throughout our lives. And so Sam's paper was about the crises that occur in childhood and adolescence that the character is going through in the movie.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow. I feel like I'm learning so much.
You should take a psychology class.
I took general psychology. Is that what it is, right?
Not from me, though.
No, it was with Dr. Beckwith.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He's a wonderful man.
That was one of my favorite ones. So I feel like maybe it's time for a game.
Yeah.
You want to do a game?
Yeah.
Before we do that, I offered Dr. Goodfriend some candy. So do you want anything?
Sure, I'll take some. Thank you.
That's the same thing I took.
You guys took the same thing. And you actually brought those as a gift. So nobody wants my candy. I bought the cheap stuff. That's just the kind of luck I have tonight. But hopefully your guys' luck is better. So we're gonna wrap up this show with a little game that we call Missing Link. Here's how the game works. I will give you 2 hints that relate to a psychological horror film. you know, get the Halloween and the psych. We're going to bring it together all in one. And I'll give you 2 hints, and then you're supposed to find the missing link of that, and that missing link is a movie. Now, since you're both here, we're going to make it a little bit of a competition.
Okay.
So whoever answers correct first will get a point, and we'll see who knows their psychological horror films.
Okay.
So let's play. First one, we got, I was about to say the answer.
That would make it easier.
that would make it a lot easier. So we got Twins, Red Rum.
The Jack Nicholson one in the hotel.
That was my alternate hit.
The one in the hotel. Shining.
Yes, bingo. one of my favorite films, I'll tell you what. I actually have I have a keychain from the hotel on my keys, yeah.
In Oregon.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Room 237.
Yeah.
Here we go, next one. Little Girl, Television.
Poltergeist.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Wins, you were killing it. Cannibalism. And
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, we watched
ooh. Sam, you can still save it. Okay, next one.
We watched that movie in my psychology and film class.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have known the answer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You beat me to it.
Next one. Oh, I made a mess. Don't worry about it. So here we go. This is a hint.
Get Out.
And Jordan Peele. There we go. Yeah, Get Out.
Okay.
Now I got to get out of here because I made a mess on the desk. Okay. Next one. Toni Collette and Screaming. This one you may not know. It's a newer one. Maybe this hint will help. So you're going to get 3 hints on this one. Genetics. Think psychological horror films.
This is
Any answer? Any answer?
I don't
No. Hereditary. That's genetics,
know. It's the
isn't
same
it?
thing.
Yeah. That's a movie. Next one. Found footage. Film students. What is that missing link?
I don't know.
It's the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. No, these are a little hard. I'm slowly trying to clean up my mess
You
here.
probably haven't seen that movie. I saw it in the theater and I barfed.
Did you really?
Because it's all handheld cameras, so
Oh
I
yeah,
got
shaky
motion
cam, the entire
sickness.
thing.
I missed the last 5 minutes. It was pretty disappointing.
Because you threw up?
Yeah,
You had
I
to
was in
leave
the
the
back
theater?
throwing up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Me
I'm
too.
sorry that I just had to make you relive that moment.
Thanks for the classical conditioning.
Okay.
Psychology.
Psychology. It's happening. Next one. Devil Child, Damien.
What was
The
it?
Omen.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the game.
Oh.
Now, I'm sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yeah, I got that.
Sad, but true. That game was Psycho. That was a great game, though. I feel like we learned something here today. I don't know what it was, but
Maybe.
So what I'm hearing is, Sam, I think you need to watch more movies.
I think, yeah, I do.
And you
When
should
you're not
probably
studying.
study. study for that test on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wynn and Sam, for coming on to the show tonight. Do either one of you want to? Yeah, you guys can clap. Yeah, give a round of applause. Do either one of you want to plug anything, any social media or website, perhaps?
Oh gosh.
I have something that I can announce for the very first time on your
Oh.
show, which is on Tuesday, just a couple days ago, I got an offer to co-edit a new book. So I will be
Hey,
doing that over the next year.
that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, get on that BVU news. No. Thank you again to our guests. Give them another round of applause. And thank you all for watching. And we'll catch you in the next one, Beavers.